Build your confidence by investing in your competence. What is 2025 going to bring? Trump has been re-elected. Is inflation going to rise again? Is interest rates going to stay where they are for the foreseeable future? There's so many uncertainties, just like there were 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, in the middle of COVID, last year, this year. It will continue, but the people who get results, they invest in their competence so that they can make money regardless of the external circumstances. In this episode, as I do every single month and have done so for years and years and years, I'll go through property deals that were posted on my Facebook group in the month of November. We'll go through 7 property deals and teach you why we bought there, what we liked about the properties, and show you them as well so that you can be inspired and also educated to try to find these yourself. There was money to be made in Australian real estate last year, there's money to be made this year, there's money to be made next year, and for every year coming, you just need to know where to invest and how to invest. My name's PK and I help people build passive income through the Property Investment Accelerator using data without needing a $15,000 buyer's agent every single time this channel. We expose the reality on real estate, the economy, and financial happiness. Hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. This is the Facebook group with almost 60,000 people where I've posted deals. All the clients are tagged. They're verifiable. You can come and join the Facebook group, and all the deals that I'll talk about, you can actually interact with the clients who bought them. There are more than 1,000 clients there, terrific community, and across the clients they've bought more than 3,500 properties over 7 years, saving themselves more than $55 million in buyer's agent fees. Let's go. Property number 1, crazy 9.7% yield, positive cash flow, WA property, under 300k, grows $90,000 or 31% in just 9 months since bought. So there's many people who think you can't buy positive cash flow properties because interest rates are so high. That's just a limiting belief. Swasti did this, and here's the property. I'll get to it in a second, but let's just go through it. It's a standout deal. There's 0 vacancy in this, and it's low maintenance because a new roof has already been updated. You know, an established property, 20 to 40 years old, it's the plumbing, electrics, drainage around it, and the roof. These are the 4 big issues that could actually cause problems. So you want to make sure that they're being updated or they have in fact been inspected, that they're in good order. Swasti has done a terrific job, bought this property for just $295,000. She required just $50,000 to get in, right? And it's grown $90,000, so that's more than 100% return on investment. In fact, it's almost 200% return on investment in just 9 months. Rent is $550, so this property pays for itself. And that's the beauty of property investing, whether you buy positive cash flow now or it becomes positive cash flow 1 or 2 or 3 years. The thing pays for itself and it goes up. So it's like there's no downside at all as long as you know what you're doing. Short and long-term data is great. It's not just going to have short-term growth, it's going to continue. The vacancy is really low and the block size is 693 square meters. This is based in WA. And here's the deal. Would you like to live there? Maybe, maybe not. We don't buy property as per where we would like to live. We buy property as per where the local demographic would love to live, and that's how you make money. You put yourselves in the shoes of your potential tenants and future buyers. Number 2, because this is Swasti's second one. She's a terrific lady, as you can see. She's tagged right here. Another positive cash flow deal, 8% yield, WA property under 450k this time with huge tax benefits, and she bought these 2 in 4 months. You know, these 2 months post the course that changed her financial life. It put a jet engine underneath her finances, and she really doesn't buy anything less than 8% yield without sacrificing growth, and that's really important. You do not need to make trade-offs. Big tax depreciation bonus because it's built in 2016, so there's a lot of depreciation which can reduce your taxable income and get you thousands back. That's not the reason why we invest, but it's a good positive externality or side effect. It's a 4224 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2 garage property. She's bought twice now, saving herself $30,000 in buyer's agent fees. This one was $420,000. She needed $85,000 to buy it. Rent per week was $650, and the vacancy rate's 0.44%. 627 square meters, built in 2016, again in WA. This is more of a classic, newer, new-ish type of property, But whether it's new or old, it's the data. We need to look beyond the plasterboard or the brick or the ceiling or the roof, what it looks like. We need to see the numbers, just like in the Matrix, you see the numbers going up and down the screen from left to right. That's how we should be learning to view properties if we really want to make money. Number 3, huge 942 square meter Perth block, under 450, gross $220,000 or 50% since bought 18 months ago, and it has subdivision potential. This was done by Prabjot. If you don't believe me, he's right there in the Facebook group. It's really unbelievable, to be honest. 50% growth in 18 months. You know, a lot of buyer's agents and old school boomer property investors will say property doubles every 10 years and, you know, you're doing pretty well. Just buy close to a CBD, close to a train station, amenities, all that good stuff. But how about this? This has grown 50% in 18 months. And no, it's not because of the COVID boom, because this was bought at the start of the interest rate cycle. Actually, after the interest rate cycle had already begun. So this wasn't in 2020, 2021, or even 2022. This was a 2023 purchased property. And this is really important to understand. You can get these deals not just because of COVID, but an everyday scenario as well, even starting in 2024 or 2025. We can outperform the market by a long way using data. Enough growth for another 3 property deposits. If you buy such a property and it grows up so much, you don't need to work your butt off to create another deposit, another deposit, another deposit. It's the properties, the growth that you can go back to the bank and say, okay, it's gone up this much, dear bank. Can I take that equity? And they'll say, yeah, provided you have borrowing capacity. And then you can buy more properties. That's really how to exponentially scale your portfolio without trading your time for it. Massive land to asset ratio, and it has subdivision potential because it's R17, R20 zoning in Perth, which is terrific, which means he can actually build more on the same block, and it was perfect timing, as is quite apparent. Prabjot's done terrifically well. Purchase price $441. So he's literally, he's made like $200,000 in under 2 years. It's amazing. Rent is $550 a week, so it hasn't really cost him anything much at all to hold it while it's just been going, up and up. 0.65% vacancy, 942 square meters, brick, bought in Perth from Sydney. Didn't catch any flights, had all his due diligence done for him for free by a local property manager, and of course the building and pest inspector plays a part as well. Self-sufficient and rinse and repeat, and yes, he's building passive income, there's no doubt about it. If you drove, just imagine this, you drive by this property 18 months ago. Do you know if it's a good deal? Do you know if it's a good investment? It could be a dud. It could leave a massive hole in your finances. How do you tell if you don't actually take a step back, educate yourself, and start to understand the bigger picture, start to see through the walls into the heart of what this property really means for an investor? Will it go up or will it not? That is what Prabjot's done really well. Driving by a property is useless for that. Number 4, 6.1% yield, under 400k. Queensland deal grows 107,000 in 10 months. 2 properties in 1 year. This is Prabjot again. This is in fact his second property. There's enough growth for another property deposit. So across these 2 properties, he's now got enough growth for 4 more properties, servicing power pending, of course. Massive 832 square meter block of land, low maintenance because it's been fully renovated. This one is even cheaper, $381,000 in terms of purchase price. Total funds required $70,000. Rent per week $450. Really strong data. This is just one line, but this is really the secret or the recipe or the magic sauce, if there was one, on how Prabjot and all these other people are buying and finding these. It's through the data. Some people say data's only half the equation. Yes, it is only half the equation. You need to make sure you inspect the property, and that's what the property manager does for you for free, interstate, without you having to catch flights. But to get to that point, you need the data to start with, and that's why it's really the most important part. 832 square meters, bought this one in Queensland, so it's diversified away from WA, and once again from Sydney. This is just an amazing deal. You can see on the outside you might think, hey, it's cheap and nasty, but it's actually sweetly renovated from the inside. Property number 5, 6.4% yield Perth property with bonus tax benefits, grows $140,000 or 27% in 11 months. This is by Crystal Wong. This again has another deposit built into it because there's so much equity growth already. Secured this one before the first open home, which is very important in a hot market. You can't be lazy, you can't be umming and ahhing. You need to be super laser focused and educated, so as soon as you see something, bang, you see it. Just like, I don't know, I've never done this, so maybe you're going for target shooting practice. As soon as you see that that moving target, you shoot it, right? You don't have time to think. That's what a newbie property investor can also achieve through education, just like Crystal. Low maintenance brick home. This one was $525,000, needed $100,000 to get in. $650 rent. Vacancy 0.63, block size 553 square meters, brick. I want to tell you guys that there's so much misinformation online. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. It's really easy to make mistakes because of that. So many conflicting views, but data really doesn't lie. I might lie, you might lie, we might make mistakes, but data doesn't make mistakes. Neither do numbers and nor do results. The proof is self-evident. Data plus mentoring can truly accelerate your property journey. And it's important to say that this is all learnable easily, quickly, 3 to 5 hours a week over 1 to 2 months, and you'll get yourself a property. On average, that's what my clients are achieving. So it's not a part-time job or anything like that. Good property here. Okay, amazing, just solid as an ox. Number 6, 6.3% yield Queensland stunner, under 400,000 gross, 70,000 or 18% in just 7 months. This includes a 3-bay powered shed, workshop. So this is really important because tenants often like to tinker around. They need or want a workshop, and this increases tenant appeal. Renovated bathroom and an extra living room, which can be turned into another bedroom. And when you turn it into another bedroom, depending on the dynamic of the suburb, you might increase the value of the property by $50,000, maybe even $100,000, whereas it doesn't take that much to actually convert it. So there's some arbitrage potential. Joseph Kim has done incredibly well to buy this property. Purchase price $390. Total funds required $70,000, $470 a week in rent, 0.22% vacancy, 607 square meters. Bought this in Queensland. And don't risk, just like Joseph didn't. He didn't risk giving the keys to his financial future to someone else, including me. Like, he doesn't want to become dependent on a buyer's agent or even me. He wants to actually grab the bull by the horn and understand what he's doing. That's the beauty of property investing. Anyone can become their own expert. It's not like becoming a surgeon or becoming an electrician where you'd outsource those things, right? With property, it's so simple. You just need the right tools, which can be easily procured, and the right knowledge, which can be easily uploaded, so to speak, into your mind. And then you become an expert literally within a couple of months. So don't pay a buyer's agent $15,000 just to send you properties that are off market that you can buy yourself, or real estate or domain. Don't be fooled into buying a bait and switch course from these buyer's agents who upsell you to then their full service because their course was designed not to actually make you succeed. No one cares about your money as much as you do. That's the truth. You know it, and I know it. Everyone knows it. We just have to be honest with ourselves and not succumb to our fear and just say someone else is going to take care of my financial future for me. Here's the deal. And number 7, 6.1% yield Perth SMSF purchase, grows $190,000 or 32% since bought in just 1 year. SMSFs are great because once you've tapped out of borrowing capacity in your own name, you still may have a lot left in your SMSF. A lot of people these days are using the SMSF to work with me and buying through the SMSF and then just forgetting about those properties. And when they retire, they'll have golden geese or golden eggs, so to speak. Zero vacancy. It's way outperforming previous industry super fund. And this is not financial advice, but generally speaking, industry super funds aren't going to make you that much money over the long term. And in fact, they're taking your money away because they're charging you commissions every year, regardless of whether they're going up in value or not. People who work with me like to take their financial future into their own hands and create their own destiny. That's why they start self-managing their super and investing in real estate, But that's your decision. It's not for me to shove down your throat. Low maintenance, solid brick. Shaji here has done terrifically well. Once again, tagged. You can interact with all these clients when you join the Facebook group. $589,000 property, 150 required to get in, because in an SMSF, you generally need about 30% deposit. Hence, more money was required for Shaji for this property. Rent per week is $690. Great data, short and long term. Vacancies 0.32%, 684 square meters. 1988 build. Brick bought this in Perth from Sydney. He knew that the Sydney downturn was coming. He didn't want to buy in Sydney and have a property that costs him $50,000 every year to just hold. He was intelligent. He bought interstate and he got this beauty, which already, as I said, it's growing. But wait, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, people will be complaining, oh, wish I got a property back in 2024, back in 2025, because nowadays properties are 2 or 3 million for these types of things in Perth. Don't be one of those people. Don't make that mistake. Set your kids up, set your family up for the future, create a legacy, create a long-lasting vision for your financial future. Invest in yourself, invest in the 6 inches between your 2 ears, because no one else will. No one else cares about your financial future, especially in Australia with the cost of living the way it's going. It's becoming impossible for so many people just to stay afloat financially in Australia. Real estate provides that opportunity still for the everyday person to get on the property ladder, to build a portfolio. And yes, there's delayed gratification, but in 10, 20 years time, plus minus depending your circumstances, it allows you to create financial independence and a life of abundance. Don't take my word for any of this. Do your due diligence. But I'll leave links below to the Property Investment Accelerator and the Facebook group, where you can see how 60,000 people are doing this alongside me right now. Hit the subscribe button, give it a like. Thank you so much, guys, for being part of the community. Hope this has inspired you and educated you. My name's PK.